Hey friends, it's Baris here, hope you're doing well. As you know, a few days ago I posted a mini song that I recorded with Submission Audio's new library EuroBass 3. I also posted a recording session video of it, and now we are going to be talking about the plugin itself. I wanted to use the plugin for a while before I did my review because you can't really tell how good these sound libraries are and how well they fit your needs until you use them to create music. You know, I finished a few projects and I can confidently say that this is one of the best bass libraries I have ever used. You know, I've been already using some of the other Submission Audio products like EuroBass and EuroBass, and they are fantastic too, but you know, they have their own sound. However, this time, Submission Audio with EuroBass 3 takes realistic bass programming to a whole new level. Before I begin the review, if you want to see how it sounds in the mix or watch the production process, you can access the videos from the links in the cards or in the description down below, but let me show you a short part of it now. Yeah, that's a short section of the track, and I created melodies that aim to test the articulations of the plugin as much as possible. Of course, I don't think any software instrument can replace the performance of a real human, but you know, the results will come out from the hands of someone who really knows how to use this type of plugins. Will not make anyone question it. As you can imagine, it's hard to create a plugin which sounds like a real player because there are lots of tiny things we do while playing. You know, even we don't realize stuff like sliding, hammer and pull off, palm muting, etc. And if the plugin doesn't let you do these things easily, you can feel the artificiality. I know that not everyone is a bass player or a drummer, but you know, we inevitably collect some data from listening music, and it feels weird when we hear something that, you know, doesn't match with that. Anyway, I talked too much, so let's see what we got. First of all, this is a sample library, so it works with Contact, and when we open it, we can see a very clear and similar interface to the previous Submission Audio libraries. A 5-string Spectre LX5 bass guitar was used to model this library, by the way. Actually, I'm not someone who knows a lot of things about bass guitars, so I can't comment on that, but as far as I have experienced, I can say that we have a tone that is open to shape. The first thing that catches the eye here are these 3 modes in the middle. We have DI, clean and distortion modes, so let's quickly see how they sound. Also, if you want to change the tones, we can dial in here in the mixer. But still, if you are not satisfied with the sounds you get, You can switch the DI over here and then use a plugin of your choice and provide tone diversity. For example, let's try with Neural DSP Dark Class over here. By the way, I programmed a bass section over here, nothing too crazy, as you can see. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, we have a position up here. It's really necessary to use it well because usually these kinds of virtual instruments play the notes you program by giving priority to open strings. So, where you prefer a note on the fretboard makes a lot of difference in terms of sound. So to get the realistic sound you have in mind, you can set which position you want to play the notes while programming. For example, let's listen to the same melody from the open string first. Now let's listen to it in the fifth position. As you can see, there's a huge difference. Of course, you may also want these changes to be instant, and in such a case, you need to do that with automation. This is something that you can do in different ways in every DAW. We have a humanized knob here. As the name suggests, it creates a bit more, random playing feeling. However, I can say that there is not a huge difference, and I usually prefer to keep it in the middle. And there's also a zoom button over here. This is not something I would prefer to use because, it can be used if you want to sound completely mechanical. Now we come to the part that it will be more detailed. So this is the key switch map. This window is really important because, it's possible to see all kinds of articulations, that are necessary for being realistic, which I mentioned at the beginning of the video. You can choose the things like picking direction, which string you will use, which techniques do you want to apply, for example, sliding, slap, dead note. You can do everything by following this mapping, and you can even tune the guitar. You may probably noticed it played a section in the first position of the fretboard as much as possible, so I couldn't get the sound I had in mind. Plus, it also looked a bit awkward visually because a bass player probably wouldn't prefer to play such wide intervals for that kind of a melody. So let me show you one more time. So now I'm going to show you how it dramatically changed the sound, that using key switches. I started by deciding which note will play on which string and then applied other techniques. I'm not going to show you all the process in this video because I don't want it to be too production heavy, but I'll cover these applications with more detail in future videos. For now, I roughly explain which articulations I used for this section. For example, if I did not first play these notes on A and E strings, it will be automatically played on the D and A string. So let me show you. That will be weird, and I forced these notes play on A and E strings, and it sounds like this. and I applied this approach to the entire region. Although it may seem to take a long time, your instincts will help you. After this process, I programmed hammer-on and pull-off and other techniques. For example, if I want to apply hammer-on technique, I need to write the trigger in line with the target note, like that. It's A-2, and here you can see it corresponds to hammer-on pull-off, and you can change if you want, but it works perfect for me. And similarly, I also wrote the trigger for the dead note for the following section, which I want to use. Here you can see it's D-sharp -2. If I didn't do these steps, it will sound like this. But now it sounds like this. So the whole section without articulations will sound like this. But now it sounds like this. Now I'm going to play the section from the beginning, and you can read which articulation is active over here. Yeah, as you can see, the sound is very satisfying. Even though I have a bass guitar, I don't have the reflexes of a bass player, so it seems like a better option to use this library, instead of sitting down and practicing bass to record some stuff. So what do you think? I will be very happy if you share your thoughts about this. And also, as I mentioned earlier, I also posted a song that I recorded with this library, and it's recording footage, and you can find the links in the cards and in the description. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.